Alright guys, recording again here. What we're doing is making a removable screen for your C4 glass top. I've already got a few steps started here, and I'm going to break this video into three segments just to try to keep each one short. This is what we did with the painted top, putting in a new headliner. Get a good look at that. Well, stand on your head, you can probably get a good look at that one there. What I was able to do with the painted top was keep the original foam in place, or reuse it. It was hard getting out, and I'll get more on removal of the original material later. And also, when I put this back in the painted top, I used an extra sheet or an extra layer of this styrofoam board just to try to take the edge off of the exhaust drone in the interior, and it worked a little bit. I've got 3-inch pipes on my 90, and it sounds great outside, but inside the drone is pretty rough. So what I'm going to do now is do about the same thing for the glass top that I did for the hard top, as far as putting together a core to put inside the new felt for the removable screen. So, like I said, I've already got a couple of steps kind of done along the way here. What I did, this is the glass top. What I did was slide some printer paper under the edge of the frame, between the frame and the glass itself. Then tape each piece together, and in a couple places I taped it to the top itself, just to kind of hold it in place. Once I've got that done, then get a pen or pencil and draw your outline around the edge, and do it carefully so you don't disturb the paper. Go all the way around, and then carefully what you do is remove the paper from under the edge, and it'll hold intact relatively well. Pull the paper out from under the edge of the frame and cut it out. And that's going to be your template for your styrofoam, for each layer of the styrofoam that we're using inside the removable screen. So let's get this guy out of the way right now, and I'll show you what I did with the foam. Originally, with the foam, I wanted to use a single layer of the foam, and you can see that it is pretty, it's taped together. It is pretty rigid, but after you put it in and pull it out a couple times during the summer, it might test. You might get a little manglage where you've got these two pieces taped together. So what I'm going to do is use not just one layer, but 2 layers. And you can see I've already got the first layer taped together and the outline done here. So I'm going to use that kind of as a working surface for the second layer. Originally, with the second layer, I wanted to use, I wanted to try to make the joint on the second layer perpendicular to the layer on the to the joint on the first sheet, but that didn't work because this stuff is only 30 inches, and your hard top or your painted top or glass top is a little more than that. So what I did for the second layer, I took the first piece of the second layer, put it in the middle, and then with the second piece on the second layer, I taped one edge together and then cut the second piece on the second layer right in the middle. It's 20 inches, and so go about 10 inches, draw a line, and then just snap it. And I've already got the first joint taped on the second layer, so I'm going to show you one way to get the joint taped to give it a little extra strength by having it really binding on the binding at the joint, both pieces to each other. Let's see, that's the cut edge, this is the spec edge, and you probably want to have the spec edges to each other just to get them better together, to get them taped better to each other. So what I'm going to do, childproof tape. Okay. Alright, here we go. Alright, get you a couple of pieces of tape ready. I'm going to put 3 strips across. You can see on the first side. Put a piece in the middle. And don't actually tape it to the second piece yet. Just get it on there pretty good. Then raise the outside edge over here. And then go across the joint. And when you drop it, got a little buckle in here, so let's try to back that off again here so we don't get any wrinkles in the tape. Raise it up again a little, go across the joint, and then, well, I'll do it again. When you drop it, the tape is going to be stretched tight, and it's going to be pulling each piece kind of tightly to itself, and it just gives you a little extra strength, I think. Let's do it again with 2 more strips of tape, and with the thick felt, the tape doesn't show through the felt, especially black felt. And some of the guys, I wonder if colored felt like ruby for a 93 40th anniversary wouldn't look good. I've got black. Okay, raise it up again, go across the joint. Well, I'm pretty good at getting them buckles in there. Let's try this one more time. Raise it up again, go across, let it drop, and you can see that tape is trying to pull it up because I got good binding in there already, and that's what you want. Now, once you get your third piece in place, you want all 3 of these strips within about 24 inches because that's roughly the height of your top. So let's raise it one more time. Get the third strip. Get it down there on the first piece good. Raise it up a little. Go across. Press it down. And then let the foam drop. And after you get that done, carefully flip the thing over. And do it again on the back side. And when you're doing the second side, the back side, you're not going to be able to raise the second piece as high because remember those first 3 pieces of tape are already stretched pretty tight and binding it. So let's get one in the middle. Raise it up just a little, not as much as you did on that first side because you can feel it's already under tension. Go across. Push it down, let it drop, get another one, up high, get that one in place there, right to the joint, raise it a little, stretch the tape, mash it, another buckle of the tape, and get a third one. And there's always a better way to do stuff, guys. If somebody can think of a little better idea, or if they can find a bigger piece of foam, like I said, I couldn't find any bigger stuff that would get it done in one piece, probably because of how flimsy the stuff is if you start getting big. Raise it up, tape. Okay. And once you get those 3 strips on each side, then what I did was go all the way around just to give it a little extra strength. And like I said, with my mock-up, one sheet felt pretty good, pretty firm, taped together, but I'm just doing this with 2 layers just to give it a little extra because after you, like I said, after you remove it a couple of times from the top in the summer, you're probably going to get a little wear in there. Alright, there's the half of the front, let's go down the back, drop it down, and then come back on the other side. halfway down, and pull the tape. Alright, now let's get these guys out of the way. And I'm going to cut this video off right now, like I said, just to keep it short and keep the upload time kind of short. Now what you want to do is, unless you've already done it, pull the paper template from inside the glass top and pull it out carefully just so it kind of keeps its shape, and then cut around the outline, and then we're going to put the outline onto each layer of the taped together cores over here and get them cut out. And I'll get back to you in just a minute. I'm going to cut this one off right here, like I said, just to keep it short. I'll get right back to you guys here. Thanks.